over at TikTok looking at something crazy. I'll tell you something. This is the same thing that the manifesting comes down to. We as human beings are bowing to the demands of humans and don't step into spirituality and even religiosity when it comes to living our lives. And that is truthfully, I think, wrong. Straight up. I watched this Virginia pastor make a young lady apologize to the congregation for being pregnant, or she chose to do it at his direction. And then he went further in. I'm going to tell you something. This is what turned me off. Been turning me off about religious communities, all of that stuff, period. Because you got these egos coming to the front that people are trusting in. And then for some reason, a God complex takes over, and they have decided that you can't have nothing, no blessings. What do you say? You better be happy God didn't take you up out of here. Excuse me, the whole process was set up by God. What are you talking about? Again, men are reading letters, men and women are reading letters and enforcing things according to their interpretation. But last I heard, they got to deal with the same issues every other human being on this planet has to deal with. Why in the heck? And I have heard of situations like this before where young ladies were made to stand up in front of churches and apologize and then sit in the back. They couldn't sit in the, and this is at a church. Sit in the back. They couldn't sit in the front and get their feelings completely hurt, right? And the young man, they barely did anything to him. Now, I am a former Jehovah's Witness. They kick you all the way out. Again, I fell for it. You know, you fall for this whole human indoctrination process where these people are telling you how to live. And it's funny, I get into this part of my life, my 50s, where I'm beginning to understand that the relationship that we have with our inner being, our higher self, our Ori, with God is very much between us. And I said earlier in another video some time ago that where we make our problem is we ask for, like, we get inspiration on anything when it comes to manifestation and then turn around and commiserate with a human being or another person over how we should follow through on it. Because a lot of people tend to not trust themselves. They tend to not trust their intuition. They tend to not trust their inner nudgings. And what happens is they are following this person's idea and giving them more authority in their life than they even have anywhere, right? And I'm just like, I'm not really looking at comments tonight, but hello everyone, because this is incensing. I'm a little just coming here to talk and give my observations on this. What I'm saying is that this is happening all over the place. It's all these rules that people are bowing to that human beings are coming up with. They're coming up with it. There is no internal compass that is allowing that is allowed for the process so that you can move forward and understanding that you must trust your inner. You must learn how to be a person on this planet. You must learn how to take care of yourself. Instead, you following, these religious doctrine and then allowing he literally pulled her to the front of the church and she did it voluntarily. But that's when when you get older, because when we get older we walk away from things. I did the same thing when it came to being a disfellowship Jehovah's Witness and saying, going, well, I went here, I sinned, I'm trying to repent. And you're saying all this jargon, but I remember feeling in my soul like I'm not really feeling it. And the path for me was to be disfellowship. So I got disfellowship out of the organization. This man literally told her that, it was for almost the same, basically the same reason. Her mom bet not throw a shower because she's gonna have a problem. It better not be a private shower, but you better take care of that baby because the baby's coming. I'm like, what are you old man? Are you serious? And why would you allow another human being to have dominion over your life? There is a problem where we're not understanding that we are just as loved in every situation. I understand that this is a religion, but this stuff is now circulating on the tiggity tackety. Because I'm looking right at it. I'm looking. Let me show you. No, shoot. I can't do that. Here it is. I'm going to show it to you. Daughter wants to go to the church. This bad boy is circulating on TikTok. And I remember one time when I was in my 20s and I was searching. Okay, I was going everywhere. You name it. Like I said, I was fellowshipped as from the Kingdom Hall Jehovah's Witnesses because I submitted to man's interpretation myself. And once I did that, I felt the stench of the stain of allowing a human being to rebuke me. And the thing about it is that human beings have their own, everybody has their own cross to bear. Everybody has their own burdens. So why are your burdens less than mine? Oh, did you not tell someone? Right? At that time, I wasn't thinking like that. I was just trying to please my family. Again, more humans, right? But now, and once I got this fellowship, I never went back. I was like, I ain't doing this. This is not for me. And when I say never went back, I never intended to go back into the religion at all. It was not my thing. I think the thing is that it's so crazy. Is this religion or is this just mankind? Because it's showing this is a church. Witnesses are not going to be caught in no church. But that same idea of you wrong, young lady, for getting pregnant. The young man barely gets anything. And you must come up here and the whole world going to know. We're going to make an announcement. In my case, she had to stand in front of the church. In her case, this continual aggression against women is ridiculous. And against women for not following rules continually. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I was so incensed because I remember when I was going from church to church, I was going to temples, I was going to, you name it, I was moving around and I was exposing my daughter to a lot of things because I realized the way that human beings approach their relationship with the divine, it says a lot about them, right? And I just wanted to understand all of this. This is later on in life. But what really stood out to me is I remember one time I was at this church on a Sunday because I wanted to hear some good gospel, honey. And I think they had like a tour of the gospel choirs or something like that coming through. It was a beautiful, some of them, they could really sing, honey. Sing it down. Beautiful. But I still left and went home because all of that was not for me, but that movement of that energy. Come to find out later on in life, I understand that there's a whole process within the church. I found this out literally a few weeks ago, okay? But let's get back to this. I'll get to that another time. My whole point is I'm in there and this older man was going off again against women, saying some very rude, nasty, despicable things on a Sunday at the second service. And so I didn't go at 7. We were there at 10. And so most people were there at 10. It was packed on the first floor and upstairs in the balcony. He was just going off. And we as women, they in there, waving their fans and, I forget what that paper thing is with the prayers and stuff written on it. But, it's like I forget. Why are we okay with this? Why are we okay with this? Why are we still? And then you come out of religion like that, and you hear of amazing things of people walking through the Swiss Alps, and an inner voice speaks to them and it begins to explain to them life. Nothing like that happening at the church. It's not happening. It's a human being sitting there telling you that. This man had this young lady come before everybody. She also agreed. So I cannot put that fully on him. But that's a whole culture. And the comments are something like, this is why everybody's leaving the church. But is everybody leaving because she did this? This is recent. And so now everybody who's outside of the church who are incensed are getting information and sending her gifts for herself and the baby, because he literally said, no, nobody from this church bet not go to, I don't think he said bet not, but I think he might have said that, bet not go to to a baby shower, and mom, you bet not have a secret baby shower. Excuse me, sir? You can tell me what to do in my home you don't pay for? And told her, you better take care of that grandbaby. What? Sir, this is none of your business. But they made it their business. They in there submitting to it. We submit to things and hand our power over. And then come out of it when we realize that we're being submerged beneath water and hands are literally holding our heads down. Think about the movie Shango. I think that's what it's called. Let me see if I can find, because it's on YouTube. Shango something. I'm going to look for it. Oh, yeah. Where they're having the baptism and they drown a person because he wouldn't stay underwater. I think at some point you begin to realize in life you're underwater too much. You have people telling you left and right how to live your life. And while we may have, I think that when it comes to manifestation and when it comes to living an abundant life, we're trying to do that outside of God, outside of esoteric conversations, outside of real spiritual, deep submission to things, to energies, to understanding all that, because people are so sick and tired of religion. And anything that stumbles close to another human being telling you what to do, almost always eventually somebody's going to unlock themselves from that type of conversation and that type of commitment and be like, I gotta go figure this out for myself, because them trees is out there every day and those bushes are out there every day. The water is out there flowing through the rivers, through the creeks, through the tributaries, out there at the beach, in the ocean every day. And the grass is growing every year like it's supposed to. The snow is falling right now like it's supposed to, like we've all been used to over the years, right? And so if all of that is happening and there's nobody talking to us about it, there's nobody browbeating us or mentally whipping us and telling us how to be, right? We kind of come here and share our experiences, because I'm telling you guys, the one thing I've been able to understand is that, God is a personal relationship. Spirit is his personal relationship. Inner being is a personal relationship. And it really is. And it is outside of books and dogma and doctrine. To watch this young lady submit herself to that, I know it's going to hit YouTube soon. Somebody has to have the original. It'll hit YouTube. I can't do it because it's not a YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? But, or I'm not an original. I don't live in Virginia. But my mind is like, it snatched me back so fast to the Kingdom Hall, sitting in there with that brown book, listening to them songs. Having to dress a certain way. Having to look a certain way. And talking of the world, and I am shell shocked hearing that, and I'm thinking to myself, we are doing this all over this planet, submitting to other humans and their ideas, but we don't ever, we can sometimes, in some cases, and not in all cases now, because I'm determined it won't be me, right? But in some cases, we are all falling short of actually stepping into the greatness of what we are. And that is the only sin humankind is causing. When you look at the book Collected Prayers by Alan Kardec, or if you really look at things and you start to interpret things from a standpoint of just you, and it's you and the breath you breathe, you aspire, you respire, that is a gift every single day, right? So that is a gift every single day. How can I get closer and closer to this energy that lets me know I'm not by myself? And I'm gonna tell you right and easy. It's just plain and simple recognizing that energy is always with you and talking to it. And it can make you might feel like, oh, now you gonna make me feel crazy. I'm sitting out here, but you're talking to the thing anyway. You are always talking to your inner being. You're always talking to your higher self. And the idea of talking to the energy that runs your life, that has given us so many tools. I mean, it's like clue after clue after clue after clue for us to be able to navigate, manage our lives, not necessarily on our own, but in a community where we understand that we work in the elements. We're not just walking among them and they're kind of serving us. They're kind of serving us while we serve these men and follow these rules in the different places. And it doesn't, I'm telling you, this don't matter. This is crossing all religious, all spiritual communities, even the one that I'm a part of. Because people get God complexes and decide you got to do things certain ways. And then when people back all the way up and take a break and decide, you know what, that ain't for me. But you know what, I'm going to go sit here down here by this ocean and I'm going to let some tears out because I need to pray and I need to walk and figure out what's going on with me. I need to figure out what is happening with me. Like that, right? How is everyone managing the process of the transfer of power when it comes to finances right now? The transfer of power when it comes to the election process right now? Watching so much, especially I'm 51, right? Watching so much that, especially when it comes to music, we're seeing all the exposure that's happening in the music industry, right? And there's more exposure happening in government. Governments are falling because people are starting to really get aggravated with relying on people and their rules, and they barely know how to enforce them. This is a very similar situation. Let me see if I can find, what did I say I was looking for? Something on YouTube. It'll come back to me. And I'll put the link. I will put the link in the video when I go to edit everything. I don't know. Did I put any? I doubt that there are people here. What did I just say about your brother? No, I don't have to. Nobody said anything about your brother. My point is that it's important to understand that we can't be in a place where we're always waiting for another person that literally does the same things that we do and has their own burdens. They have their own things they have to do. Right? Like, they're suffering with something. Everybody is. In some type of way, people are trying to figure out how to live. People right now want to figure out how to make sure they're paying all their bills. That's why the drive for money is crazy and it's becoming a little sickening. There's not a drive for abundance, right? Abundance is in the money area, but it's different. And everybody who understands abundance and lives in that abundance world, it's different. You know that abundance literally means everything comes to you. It's not just about cash. It's not just that, because abundance is abundance of health. It's abundance of spirit. It's abundance of joy. It's abundance of being able to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And that looks very different than just money. Because money cannot solve health issues, but abundance can. Abundance and gratitude can help those issues, can help with health issues. But money really cannot. It's not enough money. I remember working in this. I was working in, what was it? Was it? No, that was anatomic pathology. I was working there. Um, this is another area. I can't think of it right now, but I was working in a hospital. I was working in a hospital, and there were people who were coming to get, second opinions about growths and stuff in their bodies. And I'll never forget this couple. This lady had lost her husband to cancer. She was devastated. Then she met her husband, her second husband, at an event, one of her friends or something like that, and he had lost his wife to cancer. These people were well off. They were very affluent, extremely affluent. They were doing very well financially. Okay. And they had just got married, come back from a European honeymoon and vacation. And when they came back, she's looking at him. She's realizing something's wrong, that he's sick, because she knew what it looked like before. And it was at that time that I understood I'm a naturalist, right? I love the herbal kingdom. Herbs is my thing. But not everybody's into that. She wanted him to have an operation and take a pill and stay alive because she had just lost her husband. But when the diagnosis and everything came back, I remember I was transcribing everything. It was horrible. Situation looked very bleak. There was no amount of submitting to nothing that was going to save that man. It had already metastasized to the bones. It was what it was. And she wanted an operation, but she knew that it could, she knew because her other husband, her first husband, had died because of it. We submit to human beings because we feel that they're wiser than us, because they have solutions to things in our minds that we don't necessarily have the solutions to. And so that's what's happening in the churches. You go to church, you go to the Kingdom Hall, which is what I can reference because that's what I went to. Especially that's what I was raised in. And you realize that human beings have problems. I mean, I had a designer thief at the Kingdom Hall I used to go to when I was young. I'm here to talk, baby. Here to talk tonight. A designer thief. Okay? And I remember this is that thing. You start to realize that you could be looking up to people. You could be thinking, oh, okay, they doing this. Oh, everybody's partying like that. You know how trends get picked up. Back then, like right now, I don't know. Like right now, we know everything's about TikTok. It's about YouTube. Everybody wants to earn some money. People want to look really good. People want to feel comfortable in who they are. People want to literally be a part of good things that are happening. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, that one's out. 1 second, I'm going in my kitchen. Oh, that one's up. Oh, no. That one's not out. But people want to they want to feel better about themselves, right? Like for me, as I'm older, it's skincare. It is like putting some braids in. It is sleep tape. Like right now, that's my thing, and I can't wait to get this ice machine. Like we all had different things that we're going after, but that's a personal thing, right? It's not. It's not a thing that somebody else is telling me to do. I was really amazed when I saw this video. And it's just like, stop submitting yourself to other human beings. That was one of my early things that I came to. Our relationship here on this planet is with God. It's not, God is loving us through many different things, through many different experiences. Seeing things happen and work. That's a form of love, right? There is so much to do. Like right now, if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe, I greatly appreciate that. Because we are growing here. We're doing our thing, Is your favorite Gen X manifestation lady. That's who I am, Gen X manifestation on the spizzy, okay? And I'm telling you that the truth of manifestation and a lot of law of attraction and everything kind of takes you outside of spirituality. And a lot of people still have a feeling of wanting to get up and go somewhere on Sunday, cook some good food and eat it with your family and have conversations on Sunday because you miss that type of camaraderie, that type of good communication and hanging out with people, right? That you understand. And still, people also do not want the emotional leftovers of people that never really got to live the lives that they wanted to live. And so they're standing there telling you how to live your life. They want to figure out how to live their lives and still be able to have that good feeling on specific days, whenever those days are. And I completely understand that. Right? That's extremely important. But how do you keep spirituality in your focus without a human telling you, oh, you're doing good, you're doing it the right way? Because he literally told mama she cannot, told her she should not have a secret baby shower. So now everybody who probably sees this video on TikTok and possibly mine here, they're gathering, trying to get her information and everything so they can send her everything she needs for the baby, which is an outpouring of beautiful, abundant spirit. Now, see, that's abundance, because it's like, but is he going to demonize the gifts that the people send? Is he going to say that's from the devil? Like, do you understand? Oh, my goodness. And would she then go, I can't accept these gifts from these people. It's of the devil. Girl, Playtex Nerve says not of the devil. A diaper genie that was my favorite gift to give people. A diaper genie is not of the devil. Like, what are you doing? I really hope and pray that she is able to accept the gifts that people, because people are they're moved to the point of, because do you know how many people have been triggered? You know how many people have been triggered? Women who had to stand up in front of the church and submitted themselves to that process are sending gifts. I'll bet you, because it's circulating TikTok, and TikTok is just a whole different vibe when it comes to how they get down over there. They're going to find you and P.O. box you or drop this. Look, Amazon will be coming to that address all of the time with diapers, baby wipes, nurseries, onesies, blankets, clothing, cribs, pack and plays, bassinets. They get down like that over there. They really do. They don't play that over there at TikTok. A lot of people be like, oh, you shouldn't be asking for nothing. But then there are people that go and ask, and they turn around. There are people who quietly find the information and send what they need to send. They find out a Cash App and drop a love offering into the Cash App. Okay? That's beautiful. Because this man is, when this video started circulating. Listen, y'all, I jumped on here for that because, again, I understand that manifestation is a little different. It is very personal. It's a process. Not necessarily, you could look at it as a spiritual one. It is for me because that's what I am, right? But this submitting to humans, come on now. Y'all, please enjoy your evening. I'm out. Peace. No more submitting. I'm very serious. I'm very serious about that. Let me say, no more submitting. I'm extremely serious about that. Find the love in you, because the people who are cracking barriers, breaking generational curses, and those generational curses are happening with the generations here right now. Let's be clear about that, okay? And as you do that, that is a personal journey. And it's a personal spiritual journey. And it's not something to be, you may run into different people, different gurus and stuff like that who are good at doing what you're doing, but still gonna send you on your way and tell you got these tools. Use the tools that I'm telling you got. Because you got them. We all got them. I'm just letting you know they right here. Look at this. Turn this way. This is the right shading. Wear these glasses so that you can understand your life works for you. You work for you. The amount of joy that I have inside of me, the amount of ability to be able to move energy I got inside of me, all of y'all got inside of you. And human beings are coming away from people telling them that they don't and telling them to go over here and do things a certain way. It's despicable how this man was talking from the pulpit to this young lady. And I say that in authority at 51, mother and grandmother. Yes, taken care of. You darn right. I say that. It's despicable. I think it has no respect for women. Absolutely none. But she submitted herself to it. But again, remember your relationship with yourself and learning. That's why I'm always coming here telling people, listen, look into astrology. Step into your chart because you're going to learn a lot more about yourself. And of course, everybody should know about Shem's Universe here at YouTube. He is awesome. And y'all better catch him because I don't think that man's stuff is going to be up much longer. But maybe it will. He might want to monetize the content. Make sure he's continuing to enjoy the monetization of the content. But I'm saying to you all now, your journey is yours. And I know that young lady's journey is hers. But that triggering video is about to have, she can have an avalanche of gifts for her and her baby. And may it come in the divine way it's supposed to, because people are meant to see this, and this word is supposed to be spread out from my mouth here at YouTube so that people understand this is happening still. Women are being told that the very act that was put in, the very act that happens between a man and a woman to create children, they got to stand up and apologize in front of a church for. And you better not have a baby shower. Oh, y'all, please. It's at TikTok. Go find it. I got to go. I'm getting them. Oh, bye. Good night.